सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र स्त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। Page 195, verse number 34. आहारार्थं समीहेत युक्तं तत्प्राणधारणं तत्त्वं विमृश्यते तेन तद्विज्ञाय विमुच्यते। Krishna Paramatma dealing with the topic of Mukhya Paramahamsa Sannyasi, who is otherwise known as Vidvat Sannyasi. Lord Krishna advising to those sannyasis, Vidvat Sannyasis, to take care of their body and taking the food, whatever is available, without any raga, dvesha towards the minimum things what he or she is using. Either nice bhiksha comes, or if it is not much favorable also, he can or she can manage without any raga dvesha. Raga dvesha alone is the cause for human beings enslavering. That means strong likes and dislikes works like a entrapping us or empowering us. They empower the human being. Strong likes and dislikes. Even including sannyasi also, they are possible because Lord Krishna himself said in Bhagavad Gita, Indriyasya indriyasya arthe ragadveshau vyavasthitau. Ragadveshas are bound to be there in the mind for everyone, vyavasthitau eva. But what Lord Krishna said, tayoho vasham na agachet. May you not come under the spell of those strong likes and dislikes. They are bound to be there. You cannot avoid total attachment and total detachment this is not possible totally, but they should not empower us. That is the idea Shastra presents. So here Lord Krishna addressing those Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasis, they have to take care of their body. Always the middle path is better. We should not go to extremities. Pampering the body is one extremity. Not able to adjust with a new environment, new food, new bed, with all those things people cannot adjust. Or some people, they neglect the body, the food and their rehan sahan. Hindi mein bolte hain. Rehan sahan means the way they live, food and all environment, they never take care of. That is another extremity. Negligence. Both are not good. They are all sadhanas. Taking food, shelter, wearing clothes, these are all sadhanas. We have to maintain. Sharira yatra pijate naprasidheda akarmanaha. By not doing any action, even survival of the body is difficult. So the sannyasi also has got minimum sharira poshanartham, minimum work is there. As a sannyasi, minimum disciplines are there. Therefore, he or she has to follow them. Then in this 33rd verse, which I introduced in the last class, 34th verse, aharartham samiheta. That Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi has to work for samiheta, means sam plus ih dhatu. He has to collect the food. Aharartham, he has to work for that food. That means asking for bhiksha. One has to ask for bhiksha. Bhavati bhikshan dehi. That is called working for food. That is yuktam, it is proper for a sannyasi also. Why? Tat pranadharanam. That food, by taking that food, that prana, he survives, he lives, he continues his life, survival sake, he has to take the food. Pranadharanam, for life sake, survival sake, he has to take the food. Pranadharanam. That pranadharanam is for what sake? Na? Tattvam vimurshyate tena. Tena means sharira rakshanena. By taking food, you can protect your body. By protecting the body is meant for what? It is meant for tena sharira rakshanena. Tattvam vimurshyate. One can do enquiry. One can do atma vichara. Tad vignaya vimrishyate. Tattva vignaya. Tad vignaya means to know the Atman. He can or she can work for that. Without taking food, you feel hungry. How can you do atma vichara? How can you do shravanam? You cannot do anything. Therefore, that sadhanam, food is also a sadhanam, shelter is also a sadhanam, vastram is also a sadhanam. Minimum sadhanas means to protect the body. One should not neglect. If you give too much importance to this food, shelter and clothing, again that sadhana abhimana, lot of abhimana for food, lot of abhimana for house, shelter, lot of abhimana for vastram, dress and all, then what will happen? Sadhya nashaya bhavati. That will cause the destruction of our goal. We should not forget the goal. You have to make use of them and give how much importance you have to give, that much only you have to give. We should not give extra importance to them. Extra importance also we should not give to them. Just like a pole vaulter, the one who does that high jump, use the pole vault. Making use of that pole vault and go to the heights and leave the pole vault and jump other side. Jump to the other side, that is the pole vaulter does. The pole vaulter should not think that I am using this pole vault to come to this height. How can I give up this? How can I give up this? I cannot give up means he cannot jump other side. He cannot get gold medal. Therefore, that sadhanam, the pole vault, he has to drop. Similarly, the seeker also, certain sadhanas are given for the refinement of one's mind. We should not hook to those sadhanas, puja, bhajans, and so many other disciplines, going to pilgrimages. Different sadhanas are there. But we should not have an obsession towards those sadhanas. Every sadhana is a sadhana. It is not an end. That we have to recognize. Through that he can attain Atma Jnanam, moksha is possible then alone. Otherwise sadhana becomes an obstacle. In a many seekers' life that alone happens. Whatever we have taken for the sake of our sadhana, that sadhana becomes an obstacle. This is happening in many, not one or two, but in many people's life, because they become obsessed with those sadhanas. How can I give up? I am doing from long time, from many years, from many decades I am doing. How can I give up? Even though Shastra is telling give up. No. Even Shastra says I cannot give up. Certain age when it comes, certain sadhanas, their benefit they have given to you. But you are embracing them, those sadhanas, and spending your time and energy with difficulty also. Some people does a lot of rituals and a lot of bhajans, a lot of chanting and so many things they do except studying Shastra. That's what they do. Even the Shastra is telling, Krishna is telling, we don't want to listen. That is the final conclusion. There is a nice sloka also, I said many times in my classes. Aharartham karma kuryad ajasram. May you earn to eat. Aharartham karma kuryad. Job for what sake? Job is meant for earning food. Money you get. What for that money? Money is meant for getting food. Earn to food, to eat. Aharartham karma kuryat ajasram. Then syad aharaha prana sandharanartham. Ahara for what sake? Whatever food you eat, costliest or little bit cheaper food also, whatever is not costly. Some 5-star hotels and all food is so costly. How much? 999 rupees one meal. 999 rupees. You may eat. Okay. How much you eat, that is a different thing. But costliest food. Some people eat very simple food. Dal, roti, or rice, curd rice, one vegetable, simple food. They are also surviving, this person also surviving. The rich food person get more problems than this person. So, aharartham karma kuryad ajasram, then syad aharaha prana sandharanartham. So, you want to eat and eat to live. Eat to live. Then third line says, syad aharaha syad pranadharya tattva jignasanartham. Pranadharanam, for what sake? Khavo, pivo, maja karo, for that sake are you living? No. Pranadharya tattva jignasanartham, for the sake of tattva jignasa, for the sake of study of scriptures or self-enquiry. That is for what sake? Why I have to attend Uddhava Gita? First one class Swamini said, then started 2 classes, then Swamini slowly increasing 3 classes, and those who are attending Telugu class also, they are all attending 4 classes, weekly 4 classes, only 3 days left out. Like that, why to attend? Tattvam gneyam ena bhuyona dukkham. Once I know my real nature, Atma Swarupam, yena, by which jnanam dukkham na bhuyaha bhavati. Again, the sorrow will not come to me. That is the purpose of life, survival. For that sake, food is important. Otherwise, mahati vinashtihi, as Kelopanishad says, iha ched avedit atha satyamasti nachediha vedit mahati vinashtihi. Not studying Shastra, not coming to spiritual sadhana, at least at the fag end of life, people are not developing vairagyam and still moving in the worldly pleasures only, means that is a Himalayan blunder. Himalayan blunder, big blunder that is. So, live for enquiry. Tattvam neyam yena bhuyona dukkham. Live for enquiry. So, enquiry will take you the other shore where there is no sorrow at all. There is no sorrow at all. Then, next page, verse number 35. Yadruchayopapannanam adyashtreshtamuta tadha vasastatha na shayyam praptam bhajet munihi. Munihi bhajet. Munihi means here Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi Munihi. Bhajet means accept. Here bhajet means suppose people do bhajana, because Krishna said in Uddhava Gita bhajet. That is why they do bhajana at the age of 80 also. That's why you have to understand the meaning of those words. Different context, different meanings for same word. If you take that bhajanam, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. Bhajana is before 30 years, 35 years. Afterwards, bhajana is not for 35, 40 years age group. Okay? Bhajana is only for youngsters to refine their mind. If you are not able to refine, means still using bhajans, singing. Guru is singing for people, other people's sake, that is a different thing. But we should not become obsessed with either bhajans or parayanam or any pilgrimage or any other things. So by that time we realize our energy, shakti, everything goes away. There is no use. That's why Lord Krishna often warning all the seekers. Yadrichaya upapannam annam. This Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi should accept Upapannam Annam, that food which comes to him Yadrichaya, means by God's will. By God's will means prarabdha. By prarabdha or by chance, whatever food comes, Yadrichaya Upapannam, Sreshtham Uta Aparam. It may be Sreshtham, very nice food with payasam, vadai and so many other bhakshyams. Sreshtham, lot of nutritious food, or uta, otherwise aparam, not very nutritious, very simple, normal food, minimum food. That food, whatever comes, yatha vasas tatha shayyam, whatever that shelter is available. Vasaha means vastram. Whatever vastram is available, that vastram one has to. Vasaha means here not shelter. Vasaha means vastram. Clothes, simple clothes available. Tatha shayyam, even bed also. Some people cannot sleep on the other bed sheets, other pillows in their other houses, and go on complaining, I didn't get sleep at all, because in my house only I can sleep properly, in others' houses I cannot sleep, the other bed I cannot sleep. That is all comforts. Comforts, if they are available, fine. If they are not available, also okay. So we have to tolerate. That we have to learn. Yatha tatha vasaha tatha shayyam, one has to bhajet, accept. Praptam praptam munihi bhajet. Praptam praptam means ipsa. That is called 2 times Lord Krishna is using. Praptam praptam means why he is using 2 times? As it is available, without any making a makeup for that, without making any sort of colorings, without any changes in that, either bed or a dress or food, whatever is available, praptam praptam, as it is available, without any change, you can accept. This advice is for whom? Not for a grihastha, for a sannyasi. Okay, that you have to remember. Now, this is Lord Krishna is going to conclude within these 2 shlokas of about Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi. First line in this shloka is just like a repetition of previous 2 shlokas. Now we'll go to the next verse, 36. Shauchamachamanam snanam natu chodanaya charet anyanshem niyaman jnani yathaham leelayeshwarah. Aham Ishwaraha yatha leelaya. Just as I, the Ishvara, am performing my duties, leelaya, just like that, simple, sportively, I am making use of things, whatever is available. Ishvaraha aham yatha leelaya, I am performing. Similarly, this Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi also should maintain the shaucham, cleanliness. So Vidvat Sannyasi should maintain minimum disciplines like maintaining cleanliness, shaucham. For that, what he has to do? Shaucham achamanam, cleansing the mouth, rinsing the mouth. Rinsing the mouth, achamanam, then snanam, I am Brahman, therefore I don't require snanam. He should not say. When he is either alone in the forest or in the society, snanam is good for everyone, that is for hygiene, one's own hygiene, arogyam sake. One has to take bath. Why Lord Krishna is telling this also, snanam? Because there are some sannyasis remain without snanam. Some, if you go to some places, they don't take bath. That type of sannyasa is not a sannyasa. Okay. Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi, even though body is anatma, mind is anatma, world is anatma, everything is mithya, therefore I don't take bath. You should not say, oh Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi, you also must maintain the cleanliness of the body by taking bath. Before bath you have to wash your mouth also, rinsing the mouth, achamanam. Natu chodanaya charet. He should not do them as an instruction by the Shastra. He should not look at them, those sadhanas, as an instruction. Chodana means instruction. From Shastra, he should not take that. Even Snanam time also, we have lot of mantras to chant. Aghamarshana Suttam is there. And washing the face is called Gandusha Vidhi. It is called Gandusha Vidhi. That washing the mouth, washing the body, bathing, all these, don't do them all as Vidhi, just for the sake of survival of the body. You have to do. It is not compulsory. Shastra is telling, therefore I am doing. That type of mindset is not required. Anyansya niyaman, even other disciplines also. What are the other disciplines for a sannyasi? Mahavakya japa, Mahavakyam, or japa, or bhashya parayanam, all those he can practice. And jnani yatha aham ishvaraha leelaya charet tatha jnani api charet. Jnani also. That's why Lord Krishna said, Yadyadacharati sreshtaha tattadeva itaro janaha. As the noble people practice, these other people also will practice. Therefore, hey Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi, you have to maintain certain disciplines. Why these are all kept here? Because previously, before coming to this Vidvat Sannyasa, Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasa, he was or she was doing certain practices. All those practices, suddenly if you stop, mind cannot adjust. Just like some people, after retirement, they cannot sit at home. Very difficult for them. Daily going to office from many years, and suddenly if I retire and sit at home, they become sick also, some of them. That's why they continue some time, some work here or there, or voluntary work, something or other they do, because they cannot stop suddenly. Anything suddenly you stop, body, mind cannot accept, cannot adjust. That's why Shastra deliberately keeps certain disciplines for a Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi also, but not compulsory for him. He can do or he need not do also. But if he does, it is good. That's why Lord Krishna is telling, even though there is no Shastra instruction for that person, because he never violated dharma. So Shastra knows that. That's why Shastra permits him. Even though Shastra permits him, he follows minimum disciplines for hygiene, for loka kshemam sake he has to do. That is the idea presented. Next verse 37. Nahi tasya vikalpakhya या च मद्वीक्षया वीक्षया हता आदेहान्तात् क्वचित्याख्यां ततः सम्पद्यते मया. Now this is very very nice important shloka. This Jnani, once you become a Vidvat Sannyasi, Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi, because he has already completed Shastra study and he has attained Jnanam, and he need not follow any strict disciplines, or strictly speaking, strict disciplines he need not follow, but he follows. Up to here, that is over. Now, after knowledge also, this Dvaita Prapancha experience will continue. Dvaita Prapancha experience will continue. Jnanam will not counter the Anatma experience. Jnanam will not stop the Anatma experience. And after Jnanam, he sees the world, people differently. No. After Jnanam also, he sees the world as it is. There is no change. That's what Krishna Paramatma says. Tasya vikalpakhya. Vikalpa means dvaitam. Akhya means darshanam. Dvaita darshanam. Why the Shishya appears as Shishya, and father appears as father, mother appears as mother, and whatever it is, it appears as it is. Vikalpa means dvaitam, duality, duality appearance. Tasya nahi tasya vikalpakhya yacha madvikshaya hata. Hata means here badhita. Badhita means even though they continue experientially, their reality in the duality is destroyed by Jnana Chakshu. Previously, he was seeing the world with Mamsa Chakshu. Mamsa Chakshu. Same Dvaitam, now he is seeing with Jnana Chakshu. Wisdom eyes. Madvikshaya means here, Madvikshaya means literal meaning is what Krishna is telling. Krishna darshanena. Vikshana means here darshanam. Madvikshaya Krishna. So Krishna darshanena. We take like that. But Lord Krishna's intention is what? That's why many people study Bhagavatam. I told you many times, Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, Bharatam, any Purana, Itihasa, only Vedantin can understand correctly. Correctly. If Vedanta knowledge is not there, here normal people they study Bhagavatam, Uddhava Gita, Madvikshaya, and Krishna Darshanena. Like that they take, because more than that they don't know what is Ishvara. So that's why Ishvara, Bhakti, Ishvara is not a belief. Dayananda Swamiji says, Ishvara is not a thing that to have a belief just like belief. I believe in God. I believe in Ishvara. It is not a thing to have a belief. It is to be understood. What is Ishvara has to be understood. Ordinary people never try for that. They say what? I believe in God. I am a great bhakta. I am a great devotee. I worship that Lord from so many years. I am dedicating my life to Him. Everything for that Lord only. Ambal or God or Goddess. Have you ever thought of who is this Ishvara? Have you tried? Even after coming to Vedanta also, the teacher is telling in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, 11th chapter, 12th, all these chapters, Lord Krishna are declaring that. Manushim tanum ashritam mudhaha mam. Lord Krishna said, people, ignorant people take me as this Krishna avataram body. They do not know who am I really. Krishna is telling, but we never bother about those statements. Krishna is telling, Pavam, we never care for that. Even Guru says also, we say, Guru Pavam, Guru Anna. Guru Pavam, Krishna Guru Pavam, Pavam. Avariki enna theriyum, namma kashtam, namma ajnanam, namma idella. Adha. So even we pull the Guru, we pull the God to our level. That much experts we are. We are means not you and I, but Ajnani people, human beings. Okay, you are all very good students, I know. Here, Dvaitam, Ishvara has to be understood, the nature of Ishvara. Vichara Sagara, we are seeing that nature of Ishvara. OC, RC, RM. This RC, OC and all, don't tell Swamini. Ishvara, beautiful, Adharam, Madharam, Vadanam, Madharana, Rummananna irkum. So all this, leaving this, all this RC, OC, RM, Anna, who will have that interest in that Ishvara? Kochu Guruvayurappa, or Prasadam, or Rupam, or Alankaram, Hadilone Mayangi Budo. அந்த பெருமாள் கிட்ட போன திருப்பதி அந்த பாலாஜிக்கு என்ன கிரீடம் வச்சிருக்கான், என்ன நெக்லஸ் போட்டிருக்கான், என்ன அலங்காரம் பண்ணிருக்கான், இது மேலே இருக்கும் நம்ம மனசு எல்லாமே. ஸோ அவர் மைண்ட் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் ஆன் தட் அலங்காரம். ஸோ பட் வேதாந்திக் ஸ்டூடெண்ட், வேதாந்திக் சீக்கர் knows that what is the real nature. So Madvikshaya means Krishna Darshanena. Krishna Darshanena is equal to Brahma Darshanena. Brahma Darshanena is equal to Brahma Jnanena. Brahma Jnanena is equal to Aham Brahmasmi Jnanena. What the meaning irka Swaminiana? Madvikshaya means Aham Brahmasmi Jnanena. He sees the duality. But the duality, superficial difference will not disturb his knowledge. Superficial difference will continue, that will not disturb that I am Brahman, I am the support of this entire universe, I am the substratum of this universe. This knowledge will not be disturbed. When, in spite of seeing the differences, that is called Jnana. For that I used to give many examples. What examples? Good old examples. Again I will repeat. Sunrise is the experience. I experience the sunrise. But what is the knowledge? Sun never rise. Sun never set. Sun never rise, sun never set. In spite of this knowledge, this is the fact, this knowledge will not be disturbed by the experience of sunrise on the eastern side. As though, will it disturb your knowledge? Oh, sun is rising in the east. Oh, my knowledge about there is no sunrise, that is disturbed. Are you disturbed by that sunrise? Your knowledge about sunrise is disturbed? Can never be disturbed. Can never be countered. Sunset I am seeing in the western side. While seeing the western side sunset also, I happily say that there is no sunset. Hey, experiential it is there. Let it be there. Let it be there. But really speaking, there is no sunset. Your knowledge is not disturbed. Since you have knowledge, tomorrow onwards I don't experience sunrise. If you go to Kanyakumari, you can see from the ocean, sun is slowly coming up, orange color. Many of you might have gone there and seen, and I took 2 times to Kanyakumari camp. Every morning we go there. exactly to see onto the rock to see the sunrise. And we always say, all of us, we go to see the sunrise. We utter that word. We utter that word, all Vedanta students only. Sunrise and standing, sun slowly, slowly rising, little orange color, slowly he comes up. What? Our knowledge is what? Our experience is what? Similarly, Aham Brahmasmi, Advayam Brahma, I am the consciousness, existence principle alone is the truth. That alone is Satyam. All these Nama Rupas which are all appearing, body, mind, complex, the Panchabhutas, that is why in Tamil they say, Marattai Maraitadu Mamadayanai, Maratil Maraindadu Mamadayanai. Parattai Maraitadu Parmudal Bhutam, Paratil Maraitadu Parmudal Bhutam. Tirumandira. Only one mantra I know, one shloka. Okay, I said many times in our class, the elephant made out of wood, Marattai Maraitadu Mamadayanai, that elephant which is made out of wood will attract you, you forget that it is a wood came out of a tree. Marattai and tree. Maraitadu, and you are seeing that trunk of that elephant and how that very nice shining tusk, all those you are seeing. Do you remember that it is a wood piece of wood? No, we don't remember, because the elephant form is attractive, very, very attractive. Marattai Maraitadu Mamadayanai. Mamadayanai, huge elephant. Really speaking, elephant is in the tree. Maratil Maraindadu Mamadayanai. Elephant is in the tree or a tree is in the elephant? Simple, you know, all of you. Elephant is in the tree. Tree is in the form of elephant. Similarly, Parmudal Bhutam, all these 5 elements, they are covering that Parattaina, that Paramatma, Parabrahman, as though, even though they are born from Atma only. You see the beauty. Tasmadva etasmad atmanah akashas sambhutaha akashadvayuhu vayoragnihi agnirapaha adhyah prithvi. Taitrayanla mudichachi padichachi Swamini completed the all the 5 elements born out of Atma. After their arrival, bodies have come. None of us remember. Body is sitting solidly. You are sitting in front of your phone or laptop or iPad, wherever you are sitting, solidly. Nothing but 5 elements. Similarly, another experience is what? Earth is a flat experience. Earth is flat. This experience, every day we are experiencing. But what is the fact? Earth is round. Earth is stationary, is our experience. But Earth is violently moving. Therefore, your knowledge about these facts, blue sky you say, but there is no blue sky at all. Like this, umpteen examples we can take. Shastra is the Upajivya Pramanam, the valid Pramanam says that you are Brahman. You cannot be other than Brahman. Shastra says. That is your job to claim that yes, I am Brahman alone. I cannot be other than Brahman. That is the knowledge one has to claim. Vikalpakhya ya chamad vikshaya, those Dvaita darshanams, hata means badhita, falsified, negated. Negated means what? I didn't keep my pot. Keeping the pot in my hand, and I can say there is no pot. Hata. Pot has gone. Where it has gone? It is there in my hand, pot is there. But I can say there is no pot. Then what is there? Clay is there. Like that, Hata means here not killed or died. Here falsified. Badhita ityartha. How long this Dvaita Darshana will continue? He says in the next line, Adehantat kvachit khyatihi. This Dvaita Darshanam will continue for some time. This Dvaita Darshanam will continue for some time. Khyatihi means Dvaita Darshanam. Adehantat means up to Videha Mukti. Jivan Mukti Kale api, even though this Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi has got Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam, Jivan Mukti Kale api, Khyatihi Vartate, Dvaita Darshanam continues. Kvachit. Kvachit means for some time. Videha Mukti, for some, until Videha Mukti, for some time, this Dvaita Darshanam, Veda Darshanam continues. After, when this body is perished, that is Videha Mukti. Jivan Muktaha become Videha Mukta. Tataha, thereafter, after leaving the body, this Paramahamsa Mukhya Sannyasi Jnani Maya Sampadyate, he merges with me. That is the idea presented here. Now the next verse I will introduce. Dukkhodarkeshu kameshu jata nirveda atmavanam ajijñāsita madharmaha gurum muni rupavrajet. Munim upavrajet. Now he is coming to the Vividisha Sannyasi. Up to here Vidvat Sannyasi is over. Now suppose a sannyasi, after taking sannyasa also, suppose that sannyasi is not able to attain that nishtha, Brahma Jnanam, what he has to do? He has to approach a guru. That is said here in this verse. Verse number 38 onwards. Vividisha Sannyasi are Amukhya Paramahamsa Sannyasi. Who is this Amukhya Paramahamsa Sannyasi? Atmavan. He is having integrated personality, disciplined personality. Viveka is there. Atma Anatma Viveka is there. This Vividisha Sannyasi is Ajnani. He has taken sannyasa, but he has not yet completed his studies, has not yet attained Brahma Jnanam. This Vividisha Sannyasi is having Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, all are there. But Jata Nirvedaha, that also is there. Vairagyam also there. Jataha Nirvedaha Yasmin, in whom the dispassion has arisen. Bahuvrihi Samasa. Jata Nirvedaha. That person, Dukkhodarkeshu Kameshu, all these finite accomplishments, upon all of them he has got a vairagya. Dukkhodarkeshu means those worldly accomplishments which are having dukkham potentially. In every worldly accomplishment there is a potential sorrow. If we say this statement, many people don't like. Many people don't like. Why Vedanta teacher always talking about dukkham, dukkham, dukkham? We are all happy, we are enjoying. We are enjoying. Remember the COVID again last year, 6 months back, what was the situation? What is the weakness of human mind? Always we forget any pain in the body or death near dear people nearby, anyone. That time we will have a sorrow, immediately we forget. That forgetfulness, it is one side boon also, another side it is not a boon also. What you can say, we forget. But this viveki dukhodarkeshu kameshu, those worldly accomplishments, job, money, lot of possessions, everything, what not, even parivaram, lot of friends and also many, all of them, but there is a potential sorrow in that. There is no doubt in that. That's called prayas. Prayas. What Nachiketa said to Yamadharmaraja, Nachiketa, don't ask about this Atma and all. Even Devatas, I didn't tell them. You are a small boy. You can have a more life to enjoy, pleasures and all. Lot of future is there for you. I will give you Shreyascha, Preyascha, Manushyametaha, Tau Samparitya, Vivinakti Dhiraha. Some Dhiraha. Vivek is even Shreyas and Preyas, two girls, they come. In whose neck you put the garland. Prayas means worldly accomplishments. Shreyas means moksha. Moksha girl you want to put a garland, or worldly accomplishments, Mohini. This Mohini, Maya, Mohini you want to put garland. Mundaka Upanishad also we saw Vrinite. Vrinite means you have to choose. Intelligent people like you all choose Shreyas, Uddhava Gita class. Otherwise, what? Some serial, some movie, or some party, some program, something, they go there. Prayers. Very nice, attractive. Swamini, even she said only everyone has to put mute, every audio mute, video mute, everything mute. Sitting in front of this and listening only like this. Chappun irike Swamini anna. Chappunada irkum. Anal, this is the best way. So this Vividesha sannyasi has got vairagyam sufficiently, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, especially shatka sampatti. Shama, mind control, dhamma, sense control, uparama, he is having that withdrawal of all sense organs from the worldly objects. Shama, dhamma, uparama, titiksha, lot of tolerance, power. Shraddha, Shraddha and Shastra and Guru. Shraddha Samadhana, absorption. So that person ajignasitam madharmaha. He has not understood. Madharmaha means my nature. My nature he has not grasped, not yet grasped. So he has to go to whom? Gurum. Guru means Shrotriya, the one who is well versed in Shastra. Well versed in Shastra and well versed in communication also. The one who has got skill in communicating the subject is called Shrotriya. Guru means Shrotriya. Then Munihi means Brahmanishtaha Munihi. Gurum Munim Upabrajet. He should approach. He should not call the Guru. I have few doubts. Please come home. By sending mail or SMS, please tell me what is this, what and all. When Guru is available, they ask. You have to go to Guru and ask. You should not. One should not ask Guru to come to our place. We have to approach a Guru. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Shrotriya Brahmanishta Guru is known as Gurum Munim. Muni is Brahmanishta Guru and Guru is a Shrotriya. So Shrotriya Brahmanishta is the best Uttama Guru. Therefore, This person, Vividisha sannyasi, who has got 3D. 3D means discipline, discrimination, dispassion. Vairagyam, dispassion. Disciplines means shamadamadi shatka sampatti. Then desire for moksha. Then discrimination. Viveka, vairagyam, and shamadamadi shatka sampatti and mumukshatvam. 4 Ds, not 3 Ds. 4 Ds means what? I remind you. Discrimination, viveka. Vivek, vairagyam, tattvabodha. I am not teaching any new thing. Tattvabodha says first beginning lo viveka, discrimination, atmanatma vivekaha. Then vairagyam, dispassion. Then shatka sampatti, that means disciplines. 3rd D. 4th D is what? Desire for moksha. 4th D. Am I having 4 Ds? 4 Ds are there. 100 marks. Moksha is guaranteed. There is no doubt in that. With this, I conclude today. Next class, we'll see other slokas. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.